All right, welcome in Mr. Henson's class. So this is a preview bonus video for our entire year. So throughout the entire year, you're going to be talking about matter, but you're going to be learning that matter comes in different states. In other words, you're going to find out that matter can change. So in the previous video, with representing information or representing data or the observation of phenomenon, okay, you have to know that you're going to be looking at different things. But you have to understand that that is just a state, okay, of what you call matter. So the best way to understand that is a person. A person will not change. They are getting taller. They might be getting shorter because they're older. They might be getting stronger. They might be getting weaker. But they're not turning into different people. They are still the same person. That is, that is the understanding of matter. Now, matter does not change, but the state of matter does. So, me, Mr. Henson, I'm here right now. I'm in my material state. I will not change, but the state can change. So Mr. Henson can be disciplined. That's a state of being. Mr. Henson can be happy. That's a state of being. Mr. Henson can be angry. That's a state of being. Mr. Henson can be sad. That's a state of being. Knowing that Mr. Henson can have all of these different states, that's what you need to understand when we're studying anything in science, because everything is matter. All matter is made up of what we're going to learn as atoms. Atoms can be organized into different geometries. And when you have different geometries, you get different states. So again, matter or atoms have different states based upon geometry. Okay, there's a little bit more than just geometry. We're going to call it math in this case, but geometry is what you need to focus on at the first beginning. So the three types of geometries that we have are going to be called a solid state, a liquid state, and a gaseous state. Okay. So again, these are geometries. They are math. Okay. They are used to measure. But the word geo refers to the planet. Why am I saying that? Well, the planet is in a circle. So all of these geometries or circular metrics is going to be referring to things that can fit within that circular metric. And in this circular metric, we're calling everything a square, or we can say a solid. In this geometry or this circular metric, we see that things are spread out. In this case, we call it a liquid. And then in the last geo or circular metric, we're going to have what you call a gas. Level two. Not only do you have a solid is made up of molecules that are closely bound to one another by what we call molecular forces. So, my physical body is solid. I'm solid. That means my atoms are bound together. So, in its circular metrics, everything in my arm has a metric attached to it that's different than my head. It's clearly different. And these are the geos that we're talking about. It's not referring to just circles, it's referring to a boundary. So the boundary of my hand has a different measurement than the boundary of my forearm, even though they're both considered to be solids. So To understand the state of matter is to understand that they are solid because the molecules are close. So let's take our arm example. If I have my hand, then I have my forearm, and then I have my arm, or now you can call this whole thing a limb. So, do you see how we're able to bound every metric into a larger category? Remember, the scientific method is trying to categorize information. So, if I take a hand plus a forearm plus an arm, I get a limb. That is what you need to be thinking about. But we're going to learn that summation or that combination has a special term attached to it. Moving on. Liquids. The molecule forces are weaker in a liquid than it is in a solid. So, nothing on me is liquid, but the stuff that's in me, there's lots of different liquids. Like my blood, for instance, or the water that I drank that's in my stomach. These are different forms of liquids because they have loose interactions between the atoms or the molecules. Gas. The molecular forces are extremely weak. There's pretty much no interaction. So, what does that mean for a human? Well, everyone fluctuates. Everyone passes gas. So, the idea is that since it's not the actual body, and it's not the liquid in the body, it's something moving through the body. Your body has blood in there. We all think blood is a liquid, but it's really a gas exchange. You take in oxygen, you take in water, you take in all of these different chemicals, and they're being regulated in your body through organs. But their interactions are extremely weak. They don't like to interact. They like to move it on and keep doing what they're doing. So, from this video, you should understand that there are three basic states of matter, or in other words, there are three ways to see differences between one thing. You have a solid state where things are closely bound. You have a liquid state where things are weaker than the solid. And then you have a gaseous state where things do not like to interact at all, or they have weak interactions. This is your bonus video. See you next time.